Butler speaks. She must have been getting ready to go out. Isla replies. Yes, she already said that she would attend the party. Butler speaks. He knows. It's the party where Martin Janino will be attending. Not important anyway. Is she done getting ready? Isla replies. Yes, she is ready. Butler asks, is she also ready for the kiss? She asked him. Didn't she? Isla thought. Butler Jade is different. The man who always belonged to her, the man who would sacrifice his life for her. It's too hot. Never in her dreams did she imagine that he would cruelly destroy everything she has and disappear without a trace. 3 months ago, in the house of Count Alandus Annex, Governess Barone speaks. The lady of this house is absolutely beyond saving, just impossible. Jade asks. She must be upset. Baroness replies. She is not. She is just stating the fact. Then she thought. Count is truly unpredictable. Why on earth did he hire such a young man as a butler? Jade asks. Can he take that as her declining the offer of being their lady governess? Those exact words. Can he report this to Count? Baroness replies. There is nothing she did wrong. She tried her best. She has taught more than 10 noble ladies before her. If she, with such experience, wants to give up on her, do he think there will be anyone else who can handle her? Jade thought. Baroness is not wrong. She is a desert governess for any noble family who has a lady that is about to have her debutante. Jade speaks. They have no doubt about her reputation and competence. Even the Count thought highly of her and requested her service before anyone else. Even if she decides to decline this offer due to personal reasons, they will not request a refund of the initial payment. Baroness thought. He doesn't sound like a butler. Jade continues. They would hate to disgrace the effort she has devoted so far. Of course, he believes that she will handle this matter wisely and maintain a friendly relationship between both families. Baroness thought. Is he telling her to keep her mouth shut about the lady? Well, that's not a big deal. This household is like a bunch of snakes. In the next scene, Isla asks, did she leave? So, after all, he came back. Jade thought. The atmosphere has changed. Isla continues, that she didn't kick her out. Baroness just got mad and ran off. Jade thought. When he sees her, his heart starts racing. Then he said, the Count put in a lot of effort to hire Baroness. He will not let her get away with this one. Isla replies. Not like he did that for her. It's all a ploy to turn her into a quiet and elegant lady, to suit the estate of Duke and make marriage proposals here. In the continental trade that Count words to expand into, Duke is a prominent figure. Although his clever daughter has no intention of complying with his wishes, Isla speaks. Come in, it's been a while. Jade replies. If she needs a person to chat with, he will send in a maid. Isla stated. He will make her upset. She barely saw him since he became a butler. Isla asks. Is he tired of talking to her now? He's ignoring her because he became an adult before her. Jade replies. He has been an adult since 9 years ago. Isla tells him. So what about it? He is going to be an adult in a week. Come on. He's really going to stay out there. Come sit down. Is he not going to sit? Jade replies. Like she said, he is an adult now. She will have her debutante soon. She must be careful of having a male servant too close. They are not kids anymore. Lady, is she worried about Baroness? He has already made sure that she will have no business going around talking about her. Isla states, idiot, he really thinks of her as a fool now. Does he really think she would care about such a petty, snobby madam? And how could he call himself a male servant? Doesn't he know how happy she is to see him? Jade thought. Lady usually doesn't act so childish, having lost her mother at a young age. He and a few maids are the only people she can rely on, yet he neglected her for the past 2 years. Then he said it wasn't his intention to avoid her. He was very busy with work. Isla said she would understand. She knows the former butler was really incompetent. She heard from Mary that he would stay up at night to get all the work done. She would love to help him in any way possible. Jade replied that would make him very happy. Isla spoke. She heard that he still fight with her brothers every day. He know what? She take back calling him an idiot. Her brothers and her father are the ones who are dumb. In the next scene, Count asked if he's telling her that Baroness has quit. What is Isla thinking? How could she be so childish? Her debutante is coming up soon. Jade replied. Actually, she doesn't need a governess anymore. Count thought she must be so childish because she is not from a noble mother like her brothers. Then he said, there is no point in being smart. She has to be fully prepared to make an appearance in the social circles. She has to at least know the background of the people who attend the social circle. He has to find someone with a good reputation and connections. That will be the best option. The governess must know how to flirt with noblemen too. Duke is not fond of stubborn women. Jade replied he has been looking for a new governess for a while, but most of them are already working for other families. Count shouted. Is he kidding him? Then thought, he always get on his nerves. He does an amazing job as a butler, and thanks to him, he got out of the red. But he has to fix that arrogant attitude of his. Count stated he is partially responsible for not being able to stop the Baroness from quitting. So now he is in charge of teaching her. Maybe he can teach her how to flirt with men. Then he thought he knows way too much for a butler. He can make good use of him. Jade replied, no, he can't. Count spoke. What? Did he just say no to him? How dare he look straight at him and say no? Take off his shirt. 4 days later, Isla spoke. Don't worry. Father can't do anything to harm her right now. If he wants to sell her to the Duke at a high price, he can't put a scratch on her. Now that he is here, she is really going to learn everything she can. She will choose the best husband for herself, someone who is not a player, pervert, or abuser. She wants a truly decent person. She wants to marry a good man and have a happy family. Jade thought that he has been holding back his feelings well, but listening to her resolutions hurt more than the wounds on his body. Isla stated, don't worry, when she gets married, he is coming with her for sure. Jade thought watching that radiant life she talks about unfold in front of her eyes will be even more painful than now. Then he said, shall they start their class? Isla asked, did he say that correctly? The most influential person in the royal palace is Marchioness Melofina. Jade replied, yes, the Marquis has been dead for 3 years, and she reappeared in high society 2 years ago. In less than a month, she captured everyone's attention. She is a remarkable businesswoman. Isla asked if she is pretty. She just wants to know how she got that place. He said even the king is interested in her. Is she stunningly beautiful or has other remarkable qualities? Jade replied, she is a beautiful woman, but she definitely is something more than that. She is ambitious, has clear desires and goals, and is a bold person. A month later, on the day of the debutante in the Empire main hall, Isla thought she has come here to find her way to live. She has to get herself together. He can only feel a mix of indifferent and curious glances. She is alone here. She has to get herself together. Although she may not have a mother, she has learned and realized many things on her own. She shall never live as a man's doll. Isla introduces herself. Then she thought she was so determined, but he is already exhausted. They're assessing her as if she is on auction, and her feet hurt so much because of the heels. Everyone looks so comfortable. Is he the only one who finds them painful? She can't stand in these anymore. Then she speaks, Father, can she be excused for a minute? Count replies, hurry up, Duke will be here soon to request a dance. Isla thought they won't notice her here. She will rest her feet here for a minute. She is so thirsty. She could not drink anything because all there was to drink was champagne. She feels so alone. Music starts. The king and queen must have started their dance. After the dance, the nobles will join. She has to get up. If she doesn't hurry up, father will be mad. She has to get up right now, but she just can't. At this state, even if she goes in, she will fall down and make a fool of herself. Oh, that's right. It's a trend these days, to cover the face of handsome servants with the mask. This servant seems a little different. That's probably champagne. Isla speaks. She is fine, but the servant did not go. Then she said, okay, and thought she will just have a sip. She is so thirsty. This is apple juice, her favorite drink. Isla asks, what is he doing? Then she thought, what's going on? The pain is going away. His hands are so rough it's ticklish. She feels so good. maybe she can stay like this for a few minutes. Isla stated, please stop. Then she thought lifting up her skirt and showing her bare feet in front of a strange man. If anybody sees this, she will be doomed. Jade asks if she is okay. Isla thought this voice. Then she speaks. No way. Jade tells her not to worry. Marchioness just made an appearance. Everyone will be focused on her for a while. Isla asks, that's not important. How on earth is he here? Jade replies, the Count orders. It's like an errand. He applied some ointment, so it should feel better for now, but don't move around too much. Isla stated she got her scared. She thought he was a pervert who preys on naive ladies like her. Jade replies she is not naive. Anyone who has seen her tonight will. Isla speaks. She doesn't know. The nobles are not dumb. Will they think highly of her even after watching her father take her around and bargain? Jade replies today everyone who saw her will agree with him. Among all the ladies at the ball today, she is the most beautiful. Then a nobleman came and asked if everything is okay here. Isla replies, yes, everything is fine. Then thought what was his name again. She remembers he is the son of Marquis. The person asks what is he doing here. His job should not consist of anything to do out here. Jade replies this lady seemed unwell. He was trying to provide some help. He thinks she can go back inside now. Isla thought she feels like she should not leave those two alone. Then Isla asks if she would like some more of that champagne he brought her. Will he bring it to her, please? The person thought, was her name Isla from the Allandis family. After that, Isla speaks. She has to go look for her father and find a way to live. Jade thought she looks tired. He wanted to escape with her. But where can they go? There is nothing he can do for her. Marchioness asks if he was her partner. He seems busy today. Jade replies, lady, he is not her partner. Marchioness speaks, is that so? Then what should she call him? Her chaperone, her toy. Okay, her toy. Stop wandering around and come here. A few days later, in the training ground, Kalman, who is the second son of the Count, speaks, get up. Is he just going to lie there and moan? Then he attacks him. Jade defends himself. Kalman shouted, little brat, is he not going to attack? He is just a butler. Zikin, the first son of the Count, came and stated, Kalman, is he still playing around with him? Let him go. The merchant group sent an invoice so father is looking for him. Kalman speaks, for some reason, he just gets to him, he is not running. It's just an excuse to beat him up. Zikin replies, anyway, don't mess with him, they don't know his background, and he is suspicious. Think about it. How does he move like that without having friend swordsmanship from an early age? Kalman stated, he is from the streets, there is no way he got trained. He probably became tough from all the beatings. Don't worry, he knows his weak point. He must have been beaten up as a kid or something. If he stabs him under his right armpit, he won't be able to move a muscle. Zikin speaks, he is pathetic. After all this time, all he knows about him is one weak point, butler or maid. They are just servants. Why does it matter where they come from? As long as they do their job right, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Lady Lauren sent out invitations to her party, and father wants him to escort Isla to the party. She seems to have made quite a name for herself after her debutante ball. They say even a rolling stone can be useful when it finds its place. It's time for her to be useful and contribute to our household, Kalman stated. By the way, if it's Lady Lauren's party, don't believe around kind of dirty. Zikin replies, it's obvious Duke probably sent out requests. Do he think he is capable of properly bringing a woman to the house? He can imagine what exactly will happen at the party. He can't wait to see her terrified face. Late at night, maids speak. How much did the lady have to drink? She doesn't even know how to drink. Then they said to Jade to sit her down on the bed. They will heat up some tea and run a bath. Jade picks her up, then he looks at her. After that, he puts her on her bed. Isla asks him not to go. She really thought she was going to die. Wine, whiskey. She didn't know there were so many kinds of alcohol. She doesn't know why they are so eager to make her drink, especially that snake duke. She likes Jade because he is not a noble. The nobles are not classy at all. They are dirty and vulgar. Do he know what they said when she told them that she can't drink anymore? If she can't drink, kiss the person next to her. They call it the kiss game. But do he know who was sitting next to her? Duke. That pervert. He was sitting next to her all the time. He didn't even go to the bathroom, not once. So she just kept drinking to show him. He must have been mad at her. He kissed the lady sitting on the other side of him. She doesn't know how they were not embarrassed. They went on for so long. The rest of the people were laughing and clapping. She ended up drinking so much that she threw up 3 times on the way back home. But that was the only thing she could do, the only thing she could do to protect herself. It's her first kiss. She can't let an old man like that have her first kiss. In order to leave the way she wants, she has to become a person different from the one she has dreamt of. Then she fell asleep. Jade thought, his poor lady, what does he do now? He can't protect her, nor can he have her. The next scene, Marchioness speaks. Is he leaving already? He really knows how to play hard to get. It's such a waste that he works for that vulgar count. What a pity. Won't he just work for me instead? He will have so much fun every day. Jade replies, he is flattered, but no thanks. Marchioness speaks. If he knew how many noble men want to be with her, never mind. Give this to the count. She doesn't understand why he's so desperate to work for the Hollandis family, but he really should reconsider. That man doesn't know what he's up to. Things will go wrong soon. Jade asks why she's trying to help him. Marchioness replies, do he really not know? It's because there is something she get out of him. By the way, how is the relationship between Duke and the lady? There are rumors going around already. Lady Isla is pretty smart. It's really bad that she has such a father. If she had to marry an old, perverted man like that, she would have run away or just died. Anyway, enough with this boring topic. Come here and massage her before he leave. Jade replies, yes, madam. Marchioness states, he looks so rough, but his eyes look sad, and he is too indifferent to be a servant. He is exactly her type. He reminds her of her first love who died a long time ago. Her first love was killed by them, Malik. He reminds her of him. Jade thought, no, there is no way. Malik is a common name. Viscount Malik Joseph Astrid. Malik said ran away. If there are remaining sins, he will repay them by burning eternally in hell. All he can ask him is to live and let go of the past. There is no way the Marchioness knows my father. Then at night, Isla asks if he looks tired. Jade replies he is all right. What does she need? Isla asks why he is being so formal and cold to her. Jade replies, her debutante is over, and there is nothing else he can help her with. Then he thought, why did he keep thinking about that day, 10 years ago, when Lady Isla brought him to this place? He was nothing but a piece of rag. He almost died, and the only one who protected and saved him was Lady Isla. Having barely survived, he was too weak to do something, but 8 years later, he suddenly became healthy as if he were a different person, except for the scar on the side of my torso. All his other wounds faded away. He don't know the reason behind the sudden improvement in his health. Since then, the Count has summoned him more often. It was because the Count realized he was spotting the mistakes the previous butler was making. The Count started to assign him a significant workload. Lady Isla was his only comfort when he was busy handling all the work, so he needed an excuse to stay in the annex, an excuse for him to not leave her side when everyone else was asleep. But that night, looking at her, he realized that he wanted her. Since then, he had not stepped a foot in the annex for 2 years, until 2 months ago when there was that incident with Baroness. Isla asks if he knows what day it is today. Wait, he doesn't know what day it is today. Jade replies he does. Isla speaks, of course, he knows. He is too smart to forget. This is for him. She actually bought this last year, but he was not here then. And he was really busy even when he came back, so he can finally give this to him. Open it, he will like it. Jade thought he did not expect her to remember today. A cravat, Isla asked. Can she put it on him? She will do it for him. Stay still. She has always wanted to do this because one day she will have to do it for her husband. Jade thought, today marks 10 years since he arrived at this place. Isla said, it's not easy. Anyway, the color suits him. She picked the color that would match his eyes. Jade asked. Did she say that it's the same color as his eyes? Isla replied. Yes, his eyes sometimes have a silver ring around them. By the way, she has something to tell him. She has finally made her decision, the decision of who she will marry. Isla thought she cannot talk to anyone about this except for him. She continued, she was at the salon today. They were talking about Ellermain's poem, which is one of her favorites. All of a sudden, Lady Viviana started insulting her, saying that she doesn't know anything. Lady Viviana has always bothered her. Then a man showed up and he spoke. Were she talking about Ellermain's poem? He have not seen anyone who understands the poem as deeply as she in a while. He apologized. He could not help but overhear what she was saying. It seemed like he did not remember her. Lady Viviana immediately zipped her mouth, and she had a long conversation with him. He was well educated and a gentleman. His manners and smile were very impressive. His name was Martin Giannino. Do he know him? Jade replied. He know him. His family once had a large estate in the Meakin region of the southwestern part of the continent. He is the second son and has barely been in the city. He became the heir recently because the first son died in an accident. Jade thought, if Lady Isla marries him, she will be free from her family. She will gain higher status and wealth, even for the count. It's better that he sends his daughter to marry a young marquis than an old duke. All in all, if the two fall in love, he won't be able to stop them, Jade said. That is good to hear. It is truly good news. Then he thought, he has to say this to let her go. Isla stated, she is not done yet. The season is almost over, and she is not even sure if he has feelings for her. If this season passes by without anything happening, her father will force her to marry the duke. Jade asked, what does she want to do? Isla replied, after 4 days, there will be another party at Lady Lauren's. It will be similar to the party they had the other night. She heard that Martin is also invited to the party, so she is planning to sit beside him this time. She is really desperate. Jade, she would rather die than marry that old duke. He will play the kiss game again this time. If so, she will kiss Martin for sure. If she is really lucky, she will be able to marry him. If she doesn't get lucky, she will be beaten to death by her father or starved to death. And death is okay because at least she tried. It's better than doing nothing. She doesn't have time. Can he teach her how to kiss? Jade asked. What do she mean? Isla replied. People already think of her as an idiot. She doesn't know how to kiss. She will become a complete fool in front of everyone. All she wants is to at least make an impressive kiss with him, so impressive that he will fall in love with her. Jade said, if the Marquis is a gentleman, he will not judge her for that. She should wait. There will be a better opportunity. Isla replied, no, the Duke will send her an engagement letter soon. Her father will return from his hunting trip in a week. Once he receives the engagement letter, everything will be over. Do he not care whether she marries that old man or not? Please help her. She is so sorry for asking him this, but she knows he is the only one she can trust. Jade thought, no, he is not going to do this. Isla asked, Jade, please. In the next scene, Marchioness asked, did something happen? He never drinks with her. She doesn't know what happened, but she likes seeing his sad face. Jade thought, does she really think that learning how to kiss will save herself? Marchioness spoke. He looks better when he is relaxed like that. It reminds her more of him. Jade asked, do she mean Malik? Marchioness stated, he is really strange today. Since when did he care about what she mumbles to herself? Jade asked, what kind of person was he? After some time, Jade thought, the Malik she talked about turns out to be his father. He also found out about how the Allandis family ruined their family and killed his father. Maybe he doesn't want to know. He tried to ignore the truth because of his love for Lady Isla. The next day, Isla asked, what does she mean by that? A maid spoke. Why did she tell Lady Isla about it? She knew Lady would be concerned. Maid Mary replied, Lady has been looking for Jade so often. Isla asked, what happened to Jade? The maid replied, he caused an injury to Lord Calaman during training. Jade was almost beaten to death and locked in storage. Jade has never taken his strike at Lord. She doesn't know why he did that all of a sudden. Isla asked, how bad are his wounds? The maid replied, They don't know much because he was locked in without seeing a doctor. On the other hand, the maid informed them that Lady Isla is here. Zicken said, maybe she needs some money for a new dress, get her in. Kalman asked, is she crazy? What does she think she is doing here? Zicken also asked, what's up with her look? Isla said, brother, she heard that he were injured. One of the maids told her so she was worried. Zicken replied, Kalman sprained his wrist. That's all, he lost in a combat practice against a butler. Isla stated, get better soon, brother. By the way, she will ask them for a favor while she is here. She need to see the butler who is in punishment. She asked him to get something for her, but he has not brought it back yet. Kalman replied, so what, he is locked in somewhere. Is she going to go see him with that look? Zicken asked, what is that she is looking for? Why does she need to see him in the middle of the night? Isla replied, she told him already there is something a woman needs. It's a little embarrassing to tell them, Kalman said. What is she saying? Look for another servant to get it for her then. Zicken stated, don't mind him. If it's urgent, then go. After that, he said, she came all the way here to ask. Don't be so cold to his sister. He has to think about the future, little brother. One day she may be their only hope, who knows? In the next scene, Isla was shocked. No way, his body is full of wounds. Isla spoke, wake up, how could they do this to him? Wait a minute. Then she thought, Jade was always there for her. Now it's her time to help him. Please drink this, wake up, remember what he told her. He said he can't back down so easily, so he can't just sit here and be punished by her brothers. Jade closed his eyes. Isla thought, if she had not brought him here back then, he would not have to go through all this pain. Then she said, just still, it's going to sting, but he needs this. Isla thought, he is already full of scars, but still, was Jade living this kind of life for the 2 years that he disappeared from her? Now is not the time to be sad. Jade spoke up, stop, he will do it himself. Isla thought, he is too close. She replied, it's going to be hard to do it by himself. She can do it for him. Jade said, that's okay. Didn't he warn her to stop? Isla stated, she is really sorry for everything, for not finding him earlier, for letting this happen to him. Jade, please hold on just a little longer. When she gets married and gets out of this house, she will. Jade asked, do she really think her marriage will change something? Isla replied, she guesses it will change one thing forever. Then she thought, it hurts. Jade told her to leave, saying, this is not a place for someone like her. After Isla left, Jade thought, he can't even look at her eyes properly without his heart racing. What is he doing to himself? But he doesn't have a choice anymore. He wanted to protect her till the day he died. He never thought he would be the one to destroy her life. Jade Lucius Astrid, a name he had long forgotten. Now it will be the name that makes her life a living hell. If he has to let go of everything like this anyway, maybe for just one last time, he can have her. The next day, the maid told her not to worry too much. Maid Mila went by to put out some food and water for him. Isla thought about Mila, the girl who has a crush on Jade. The maid told her that Mila started working last year, and other maids made fun of her because she is from the north area. She had Jade help her out during that time. Since then, Mila has had a major crush on Jade. Isla wondered how he could be so cold to her but so nice to Mila. Why does this make her frustrated with both of them? What is she thinking? How can she think of such things when he is that wounded and locked up? The next moment, Jade came in. Isla asked if he was alright and if he could walk around already. He should be lying down and getting more rest. By the way, how did he get out? Jade replied that keeping him in there only causes them more trouble. Isla asked if he had seen a doctor and what the doctor had said. Jade replied that she must have been getting ready to go out. Isla thought she had forgotten about that. He almost died yesterday, and look at her getting ready to go to some party. She felt so embarrassed. Jade stated that she didn't have to worry about him. He was used to this. Isla thought about how he could be used to having so many scars all over his body. She couldn't imagine how hard it must have been for him. Jade said he knew life could feel lonely, so stop crying and get up. Anyway, was she done getting ready? Isla replied that she was ready. Jade asked if she was also ready for the kiss. She had asked him to teach her how to kiss, and he was here to accept her offer. Is there something she wanted to say? Isla thought she couldn't say anything. No. Actually, she didn't want to say anything that would stop him. Then they started kissing. After that, Isla thought she had kissed Jade. Then Jade told her that she might need this. Isla asked Jade if he could wait. Jade replied that he hoped the lesson was satisfactory for her. Isla thought, what? She was the one who asked him to teach her how to kiss. But why is it so upsetting to hear him say that it was a lesson? No way. Does she have feelings for Jade? There is no way. Jade said she can come down whenever she is ready, and he hopes she gets whatever it is that she wishes for. After some time, Jade asked if she had a blanket inside the carriage. Mila replied yes, and there's a drink for the lady too. Jade thought her name was Mila. When she brought him some food, she reminded him of home. They exchanged some pointless conversations. He is probably interested in him now. But it wasn't useless after all. In order for him to accomplish what he is going to do from now, he needs an assistant in this manner. After that, Isla came. Jade thought she was the only obstacle in his plan. The one person he wants to protect with his life is Isla, the one who makes him do things that he should not be doing. Why does this little hand have power one can't even imagine and lead him to unexpected places? He has a path to follow because there was a fact he did not know about for almost 10 years. The next scene in the party, Isla thought she didn't feel well. She should fix her makeup and excuse herself to leave. No, she can't. Father is coming back tomorrow. She has to stay focused. Duke asked, isn't this Lady Isla? Then Isla thought, who is the lady next to him? Is that? Of course, she is a beautiful woman, but she has more than just that. That's what Jade said. Why is Marchioness looking at her like that? The noble lady asked if it's her first time meeting the Marchioness. It's already hard to see her these days. Is everything all right? Isla replied. She is only telling her because the lady asked her, but on this day she is not feeling well. It's embarrassing to say, but she would like to move her seat somewhere close to the washroom and balcony. She is worried that she might disturb the party. Isla thought if she doesn't act right today, people will really start doubting her, and she won't have a second chance after tonight. Why does it feel like she is being chased by some weird fate? Jade. When did he become such a different person? She has a feeling that it's not just Jade. Everything is never going to be the way it was from now on. Martin asked if she was all right. Isla thought she recognized this voice. Yes, this is her destiny. Then she replied. Thanks, she must have been daydreaming. Martin asked if she is curious what she was daydreaming about. The seat next to him is empty. Will she join him for a chat? After some time, Isla thought she was sitting right next to him, but she couldn't talk to him. There were too many people surrounding him. He is the heir to the family now. So she gets it. He is inevitable to draw attention. Duke spoke. So this is where all the famous people are seated, Isla thought, so the pervert. He changed his hairstyle to look younger. Marchioness stated, Duke. He wants to introduce her to someone here, Duke replied. He heard that she has never met Lady Isla before. Marchioness replied, unfortunately, no, lady, she has heard a lot about her. Isla introduced herself and told her that she hadn't met too many people in social clubs, so please be generous with her clumsiness. 1 hour later, Martin spoke. He heard that the Marchioness came up with the famous kiss game. Marchioness replied, drink or kiss, too simple to be called a game. With more rules, there will just be more losers. Martin stated, he think with the kiss game, there are no losers, only winners. Isla thought, what does he mean by winners? Why does that word bother her? Martin asked, so what do they think? Let's play the game. Isla thought her plan was to kiss him at this party, see if she really liked him, become his lover, and get his proposal. Everything is going according to her plan, but there is something that just doesn't feel right. Marchioness spoke. It's Martin's turn. What's his choice, drink or kiss? Martin asked. What do you say? Lady Isla, to be honest, I have drunk too much already, and he would rather not drink any more. Only if she's okay with that. What does she wish to do? Isla thought. How can her clumsy plan go exactly as she planned? What is she hesitating for? This is exactly what she wanted. Answer him. She was determined to choose her life and way of living. Martin stated, Okay. Then, excuse him, Isla thought. This is so weird. He is definitely looking straight into her eyes, but it feels like he is thinking about something else. She wonders if he is thinking about other ladies around them or how Duke will react, but none of that matters to her. In the next scene, Isla thought she was also thinking about someone else. No, she must be insane. She is out of her mind. Now Martin is her last resort. She can only wish for him to write her a proposal. How pathetic, not being capable of doing anything herself, she is totally incompetent. It's so cold. Is that a blanket and apple juice? She can tell who prepared it for her. On the other hand, Mila asked the butler what he was looking at. Jade asked what time they have vegetables delivered tomorrow morning. Mila replied, around 5:30. Jade spoke. Thanks, she can go get some rest. Mila thought, what was that? The next day, Zicken spoke. Father, he's back earlier than expected. He thought father went to hunt a deer in the other province. The count asked, Idiot, what have he done? Both useless idiots. Kalman spoke. Father, have he been drinking? He got cut by the glass. The count said, It's all over now. Duke will never rent his ship to them. Zicken asked, What do he mean by that? Why did he change his mind all of a sudden? The count replied, All thanks to these two idiots, his sons have ruined everything for him. Is Isla the idiot, who escorted Isla to the party yesterday? Zicken replied, He did. The count asked, He was there and still let her ruin everything. Why was he there then? And Kalman? What were he doing? Kalman replied, He was also feeling unwell. The count stated, Useless idiots. Duke informed him that he will withdraw all his investments from their business. Zicken asked, What on earth happened yesterday to make him do that? The count replied, Isla was with another man when Duke was right in front of her. That old man sent a letter saying that the marriage will never happen. Everyone saw them kissing. Her to Martin except these two idiots. Zicken thought, Father is furious. He has to get him something that he can lash out on. Then he spoke, How about they bring Isla over here? They should hear out her side of the story so they can come up with a solution. The count replied, Yes, he is right. Bring her, Zicken said. Don't worry, Father. He will bring her immediately. And Kalman, take care of Father. Father needs someone next to him right now. Kalman told him, Wait, where is he going? Father, please wait. Please forgive. Zicken thought, Isla needs to be kept safe and sound, just in case Duke changes his mind. After some time, Isla came. The count thought, Look at her. How dare she look straight into his eyes right now? Arrogant idiot. He needs to light his cigar before he talks to her. What? Where the hell is his cigar? He shouted. Where is the butler? The maid replied. She hasn't seen him since this morning. The count said, This damn household is always a mess when he is away. Then he thought, How dare she think of something else when he is talking to her? Then the count asked. He heard she quit the job while he was away. Isla replied. She was just socializing with the nobles at the party. They asked her to play a game, so she did. The count stated, She thinks he's an idiot. He knows that he has been refusing to play that game at every party she attended with Duke. Isla thought, he knew it all, yet he was just watching her as if she were an insect crawling on his hand. The count spoke. He let her act like a fool and be childish, but it was under one condition, that she receives a proposal letter from the Duke. But what did she do? How dare she kiss another man in front of the Duke? Who does she think she is? Marchioness Melofina. Don't kid herself, she's not even close. Isla thought, she can't stand this anymore. Isla shouted, Who is he to tolerate her or not? Why does she care what he thinks? She's not going to marry the Duke. She has no intention of becoming that old man's second wife. She will meet a man who is her age and whom she can love. Together, they will build their own family. The count asked, What did she just say? Does she think he raised her so that she could have her own intentions? Why does she think he bought her those expensive dresses and jewelry? Isla replied, please stop. The Count asked, is she giving him an order now? Isla stated, did he always hit people like this whenever he felt like it? Then she thought, did he always beat up Jade like this? How did Jade stand him for all those years? Why didn't he just run away? Even she feels the urge to run away from this household and never come back. Isla said, she is going to leave this house. She is going to marry Martin. She will receive a genuine proposal, not a deal, and leave this house, the Count replied. A proposal, not a deal. That's ridiculous. She doesn't know her place, does she? Suddenly, Jade spoke. It's an urgent matter. Can he come in? He heard that the Count was looking for him. The Count shouted, where the hell have you been? He is not allowed to leave here without his permission. Jade replied, he can explain, but first, the Count has to take a look at this. His family has made the headlines. The Count thought, what the hell is this? Jade spoke, it's a good article. It goes into detail about the trade with the East Continent he has been working on. It also mentions that the Emperor is very interested in the trade. The Count stated, bring him a cigar now. Also, put her in the basement and get the hell out. The next scene, Jade tells her, this is the best room in the house. He will bring some medicine and something to eat. After that, Isla thought, so he has gone through this for 2 years. If he had just run away, she would not be feeling this miserable. It feels like her whole life has been a lie. She is ashamed, scared, and in pain. 2 hours later, Jade came and was shocked. He thought, so she is asleep. A man who does this does not deserve to be called a father. He wants to go upstairs right now and twist his neck. If he does that and leaves this place with Lady Isla, will Refinery be free from all this chaos? If she would come with him, he keeps thinking about stupid things whenever he sees her, but he has to leave now. From now on, she will never be happy with him. She will never be able to be with a man who is trying to burn down this worthless family. Also, because he can never give her all the things she deserves, and now she already has someone special to her, so please survive. Even if he ends up destroying his life, don't ever forgive him. He keeps thinking about unrealistic things. If he had to live the rest of his life without her, he should rather stay here and die by her side. Isla wakes up. Then she grabs him, and they start kissing. Jade thought, just for a bit, just a little more. He wants to feel her just a little more. He wants to feel her inside and out until he forgets about everything that's happened until now, and the things he had to do from now on. She drives him crazy. Isla speaks. Her heart is beating so fast. She feels like she is going to die. Jade thought he should not be doing this, but when he thinks of leaving her, he feels the urge to cross the line. Isla feels the pain. Jade asks if she is all right. Isla replies it's fine. Just that cut on her shoulder. Jade asks why she always returns to being fine. Of course, it hurts. She can say that she is in pain. It's okay to be angry or sad. Isla replies, but he never does that either. For all these years, he has endured so much, yet he never expressed that he was hurt or angry. She knew nothing and was mad at him for not visiting her. Jade tells her he and she are different. Isla asks if it is because she is still a clumsy little girl, and he is a grown man. Jade speaks, don't worry, the Count won't leave her down here for long. Isla asks why he has not even told her. He could have at least given her a hint about how he was being interested. He probably had no choice. He knew there is no point in telling her. It wasn't going to change anything. Then the maid came and asked what he is doing here. By the way, the Count is looking for Lady Isla. He wants to see her right now. It seems like she has received a proposal letter. The Marquise's son just sent her. It was a letter. Isla thought, no way. Jade speaks. It seems like Martin, son of the Marquis, has sent her a proposal letter. Lady seems like her wish has come true. After some time, the Count asks did he look into it. Jade tells him all the details of Martin. He also tells him there was a report saying that they are planning to make a big investment in trading with the East Continent. The Count stated there is always a way to survive. He always thought Isla talks nonsense, but look at what she has done. How did she manage to get the heir of the Marquis family? The Marquis is not as rich as Duke, But that doesn't mean he is not interested anyway. The Marquis family has never done any trading before. Even if he manipulates some paperwork, they won't know. By the way, what is Isla doing right now? Jade replies she is back in her room. The Count tells him to call a doctor for her. Martin must not see a single scar on her body. Get out and write a response to the proposal letter. Jade thought he wants him to write the response. The Count asks if he got rid of the documents he told him. Jade replies, of course. The next scene, Marchioness speaks. She knew it. She had a sense that there was a northern man here somewhere. Is he pushing him away already? Jade replies he is not the kind of person who cuddles with his father's woman. Marchioness tells her to be exact. She was never his father's woman. Her love for his father was one-sided. She guesses she likes anyone if he is from the Astrid family, and she finds it funny that none of them ever show interest in her. Jade asks why does she help him. Marchioness thought he really does resemble his father. Jade continues from now on he won't be needing her help. He will work alone and doing so will make it easier for him to deal with things. Marchioness stated the men from Astrid. When his father left her, she thought that it was the most miserable moment of her life, but she was wrong. The day his father was falsely accused as a criminal, and the day his head was hung on the wall of the Romuland castle. She realized she was in despair for not being able to do anything for the person she loved. It's the most painful feeling someone can ever experience. He asks why she helps him. She is just doing what she has to do because she has not once forgotten that day. When she finds out that Jade was his son, she knew that she was given a second chance. Also, she never plays a game where she loses. Jade speaks he needs more time. It won't take long. Marchioness asks what time. He is only giving his enemy a chance. Jade replies just take a couple of days, and he has a favor to ask after he leaves, please. On the other hand, the Count stated next month their merchant group will be on the ship headed to the East Continent. Marquis goods will be on that ship too. Isla asks what does that have to do with her wedding date. The Count asks she still doesn't understand this situation. Isla speaks he is saying dividing will be in 11 days. It's too soon. The Count shouted idiot. There is no business before the deal is closed, or marriage is the deal between both families. How does it feel to be leaving this house after getting a genuine proposal? Not just a deal. She must not do anything that bothers Martin. Isla thought Jade, Greta, and Marie. There is no way for her to escape from her father. She feels like she is choking on deep despair. 4 days later, Martin visited their family. He asks will she marry him. Isla thought this is the exact moment she has dreamed of forever. But her heart is not racing and she is not excited at all. She wants that this is how the farm animals feel when being dragged to the slaughterhouse. There's something uneasy about his smile. It feels like he is asking for something in return for what he has paid. 3 days later, the day of the wedding reception, Isla thought she can't believe that her wedding is tomorrow. Her cut is yield because she was locked up in this house because of others. After some time, noble ladies speak. She looks so beautiful. She is very calm and gorgeous. A young bride and a husband that's the rising star. They were the perfect couple. Isla felt the party was in full swing, and she was the only one getting pale. Then she asks can she take a few minutes by herself. Martin replies, of course, but don't be too late. Isla thought she is finally getting out of this place. She is having the wedding of her dream. But why does it feel like she is standing at the edge of a cliff? Jade came and asked what is she doing here. People must be looking for her, Isla thought. He seems different. Jade is usually dressed up very neat, and she asks, have he been drinking? Jade asks, how did she know? Isla replies, why does that matter? It's just the first time she have seen him drunk. But don't worry, whenever he get drunk, she will take care of him like this, so that he don't feel lonely. Jade stated, stop. There are many people here today. Someone might see us and take it the wrong way. Isla thought she acted like a fool again. He is right, she will be a bride tomorrow. She cannot mess up this wedding. She must not do anything that bothers Martin. She must be perfect for him. She can't show this part of herself to anyone. She is not a child anymore. Jade grabs her and asks if she's all right. Then he thinks, she is sweating. Her face is so cold. Sit here for just a moment, he will call a maid right away. Isla tells him, please don't go. She must have been really stressed with the wedding. Everything has been happening so quickly, but when he is next to her, she feels better. She will do as he says, she won't touch him like this anymore, so don't worry. Jade asks if she won't touch or kiss him, but if he wants her to, what would she do then? When they start kissing, Isla feels her thirsty soul pour down like a heavy rain. Her dormant senses awaken, and it feels like they shout in triumph. Yes, she wants him. Suddenly, she remembers her father's words. Isla speaks. No, stop. Jade replies. She don't need to worry. Isla asks, what do he mean? Jade replies. He won't put her in this position anymore. He will no longer be around her. Isla asks why. Is he not planning on staying at father's house? She won't be able to take him with her right away, but after a month, no, a week, she will ask Martin and bring him in. Jade asks what she's going to do with him once she takes him there. Is she going to keep him as her secret lover? Isla thought she has never heard him speak so cold and harsh. What was she thinking? What was she going to do with Jade? They have spent half of their lives together, sharing their hearts, and even shared a kiss. What was she thinking? Jade speaks. Lady, please stay safe and healthy. He don't like seeing her so thin. She must get enough sleep too, and please be happy, just like she always said she would be. Isla thought, why is he saying these things? He sounds as if they will never see each other again. Jade stated, and lady, please do not forgive him. Isla asks, what does that mean? Jade continues, don't give up or stay down. Remember what she told him 10 years ago. We have to get through this life alone. So don't get upset even if she is betrayed. Don't struggle with betrayal. Just hate freely and live your life to the fullest. Isla asks, what is he talking about? Not forgiving and being happy. Stop saying things like this. Who does he think he is? Why doesn't he ever tell her anything? Does he even trust her? Is she still a child to him? If he says he won't come with her, what is she supposed to do? Does he think she can live without him? Why does he act so differently? What have she done? Then she thought, why was he always so nice to her, even when he was in pain? Why did he keep his distance? She get one thing, that he will never come back no matter what. Jade speaks, please go inside, it's raining too much. Isla replies, okay, she won't bother him anymore, just leave, she don't want to see him anymore. She thought, he can stay away from me now, all I ever caused was pain. Fly away to a place where he can finally be free. She is such a stupid, pathetic girl. There was a person watching them and smiling. Then they speak, interesting. The next day, Isla notes, it was raining cats and dogs yesterday, but today the sky is so clear. Last night feels like a dream. But this coughing keeps reminding her that it was not a dream. Martin suggests, why don't we go back in now? Isla replies, yes, sure. Then she thinks, when this door opens, people will greet us with applause. After that, she will officially become the bride. It's fine. Everything will be okay. This is the fate she chose for herself. She can do this. Isla asks, do he think we'll be okay? Martin replies, of course. Now let's go. Everyone is waiting for us. Isla says, okay, let's go. Then she became Isla Janino. 7 years later, Alan tells her, Madam, where is she going? Isla replies, step away, she need to see it for herself. Isla thought the story that will unfold from now on is about her journey to escape the crappy Janino family. Isla says, here he is. Martin is shocked and asks, what is she doing here? Isla replies, what does he think she is doing? She is collecting evidence. Martin shouts, where does she think she is going? What was that about? Isla replies, she thinks he knows better than she does. Stop being clingy. He would not have done this if he had signed the divorce papers in the first place. He knows who she is and how she has evidence. Martin tells her to give it to him. Isla replies, not a chance. Then she thinks that she used the stone that records his affairs. She worked so hard to get this. Martin says, give it to him before he search her in front of the servants. Isla notes, yes, he was just like this 7 years ago too. He undressed her in front of everyone and searched her body. Martin says she came here right away and asks her to give the stone back. Isla replies, "It was obvious that he would come after her. She was not stupid. Why would she bring it here? If he doesn't believe her, he can see for himself." Martin asks what she is doing. Isla replies, "Why, do as she did further down." The next moment, they are shocked again. Martin tells her to stop. He knows that what she bought with his money should belong to him. Right, give it to him. Isla replies, she is sorry, but she actually bought it with her own money. He knows she has been working for the Empress as a maid. Martin asks if she didn't agree to use that wage to pay back her debt 7 years ago. After the wedding, everything started to go downhill. He was not the kind of man she thought he was. He was always angry. After for 4 years, she was chosen as a maid for the Empress. Martin took every last dime she had earned. Isla says she already paid all the money back for the wedding and investment in trading. A week ago, she heard of a net profit of 130,000 gold just from this quarter. She has repaid the entire investment, 57 gold. She thinks that means Martin's family didn't lose as much as he's been saying. Martin tells her a divorce is not an option. Isla thinks she knows why divorce is not an option for him. 7 years ago, when the Count Alandis family was practically destroyed, but it was considered a victim of a sham marriage, everyone pitied him. They saw how he took over the merchants and stabilized the business, and supported his wife. He gained prestige from doing so. He gained attention and expanded his influence, while she became a tool used to emphasize his generosity. He caught her acting as if he was a victim and decided to get a divorce. Isla says he should know that the Empress is not very patient. Let's take off. Martin is shocked. Isla thinks of Jade. She was not able to keep her promise. She has never forgotten about him for the past 7 years. She misses him more knowing that she can never see him again. At the north gate of the palace, guards chat about the carriage that came from the north, which is rare. The other one tells her the emperor is appointing a new judge for the capital, and the man is a dude from the north, and his name, he thinks, is Astrid. The next scene is at the Empress Palace. Isla thought she was lucky to get the position as a maid, and because of that, the other maids seemed jealous of her. Aiden Genevieve Lamarinis, she was given the emperor's last name by becoming his second wife, yet she still wants to be called Aiden. Before, she had a huge influence in the social circle as Marcianus Melofina, and now she is the one who has the most power in this empire. For the last 7 years, she is not the only one who has gone through hell. 5 years ago, Romuland Kingdom declared war, which lasted for 3 years. 2 years ago, the kingdom successfully conquered the Northern Territory, marking the beginning of the Great Romuland Empire. Grand Duke and Duke Astrid were on the front line, and Marcianus was behind those decisions. Everyone in this empire is aware of her influence during wartime. The Empress speaks that there will be a new judge for the capital, and she shall give to him. The maids speak of the Duke from the north. They heard this is his first time visiting the palace since he received the title of Duke. What kind of person is Duke Astrid? Isla thought of Astrid. Other maids talked to each other. They heard he killed hundreds of enemies during the battle and is very cold and strict. Isla thought of the name that she will never forget, which still makes her feel guilty. He is going to be a judge for the capital. After some time, Isla thought there was an incident between the Astrid and Alandis families 7 years ago, and she was holding back well, the day of her father's trial, 7 years ago. Judges spoke that 10 years ago he was involved in illegal induction, confinement, human trafficking, and illicit trade against Marquis Astrid. Is he denying at every hearing despite the deposition and seeing all the evidence? The Count replied that the evidence was stolen from his house. It was stolen from him. The judges spoke, saying that means the evidence was kept a secret in his house for 10 years. Isla thought that day the father was the most powerless, pitiful, and pathetic person she had ever seen. Actually, 10 years ago, the Count promised a huge compensation to the Astrid estate and hired many commoners. Then the Count sold them off to the East Continent as slaves. Viscount Astrid did not know what the Count was doing behind his back. He thought he was helping the Count provide opportunities for people to work during the winter time, when one slave escaped and revealed the truth. Count Alandis disappeared from the north without a trace. Viscount Astrid was executed for being responsible for the count's sins. His title was stripped, and everyone in his mansion was killed by the people in his territory. Only his son survived and requested a retrial for the case after 10 years. The judges announced their decision. The title and all properties of Count Alandis will be confiscated, and in 3 days, Count Alandis will be beheaded. Isla thought her life felt meaningless and worthless. Realizing that the luxury life she enjoyed came at the expense of others' lives, she wanted to end her own life, but she did not even have the right to die. Right before the execution of her father, he tells her it's Jade. He must have leaked the evidence to Astrid. Isla was shocked Jade made this. Like this video. Hit the like button and subscribe for more videos.